Hey guys, welcome back to Reality Tea with Tammy. Today we're going to be recapping Love Island USA Season 7, Episode 4 and 5 because we're not covering After Sun. But today we're just going to do overviews of what is the plotline happening, what my thoughts on everything. So we're not going to go through each scene that happened bit by bit, but we're just going to go through the main points, all right? So we start off with Huda telling Jeremiah that she has a daughter and she's a mother. And to be honest, Jeremiah really exposed himself in this conversation because all he said was, as long as we get this win, we'll be all right. We'll deal with it after. Even Huda was like, wait, that's not what I'm talking about. But to be honest, the way they've both been moving, it's giving like they're just ready to be crowned Love Island winners season 7. But unfortunately for them, the audience can see through this, and producers themselves do not want scammers to be outwardly scamming in front of all of us. So yeah. So basically that was kind of like the highlight of the first episode. And then I'm going to skip over to the games that we had. So we had this game, Let's Play Baseball. And it's basically where each girl's going to select a guy to be first, second, third, and her fourth base. So the highlight of this challenge is Huda basically trying to say I know they're going to pick Jeremiah. He's the finest man in the villa. None of the girls proceed to pick Jeremiah because both of you have made it very clear that you're not open to speaking to anybody else and that you should not be played with. So why would anybody pick your man? Basically, to me, the Bella Dasha literally came out of her shell this episode. She was lip sync, man. And sometimes it's just like, you want to get the guy, but at what cost? And will you get the guy? And we find out later on in the episode, she did not. And it was quite sad. And I felt really bad for her because she came in with her morals. She came in with her convictions. And just like that, when you have a crush, it just sometimes feels like, you put yourself at the back burner just to get what you want. And most times it doesn't end up working out in your favor. But yeah, Bella kisses her man Nick, and Nick is like in his confessionals, he wanted to be the first one to kiss her, and he kind of likes the challenge a little bit. As we're doing the challenge, then we see two new bombshells, Amaya and Hannah, walk in, and both of them do select Jeremiah, and we can see that Huda is visibly disgusted, visibly irritated, and she's gonna death to them all throughout this episode, especially Amaya. So Amaya picks Jeremiah to be her final base, and when she's making out with him, she's basically giving on a show like what the game is supposed to give. Jeremiah is kissing back, but you can visibly see that, okay, I don't want my girl to come for me now, so let it be clear that I don't want her to kiss me back, okay? So then we get back to the villa. They're having the chat. The girls are talking to the boys, and Jeremiah basically says he is closed off, but for some reason Amaya says the boys didn't say that in her confessionals, but then when she came to the girl, she said, yeah, he basically said he's closed off. So that was very interesting. And then the girls are having a chat. Huda tells Sierra, oh my gosh, I'm a mom. And like everybody has been saying, it's just giving, I don't want you guys to be nice to her if she's coming from my man. This is like a manipulation tactic, I believe she's unleashing on the girls. But you know who's seen right through her? Chelly was not having none of this, okay? Chelly was like, can I be devil's advocate here? We're all still open. We're all still trying to get to know each other. So why would you think she's evil? She's calling her the B word. Just very inappropriate, very disrespectful, and very immature of Huda. And we're going to keep learning about Huda is she's a child in the way that she behaves. Her maturity level is that lacking for me. And I don't want to say it as someone that has a child because it doesn't really have anything to do with that. Well, maybe it does, but I'm not going to be the one to say that. But her maturity level, for someone that talks about being so mature, she is so immature. She is not a girl's girl, because if you're a girl's girl, you're not calling a girl a B word for coming in to do what bombshells do exactly, which is bombshell. All right, so the girls come over, they have a chat, and we leave it at that. Then Huda just keeps going on throughout the whole episode saying how she doesn't trust her, She doesn't like this new girl, and Jeremiah and the new girl have a conversation, and he basically like closed things off with her, but he says, I respect you. I didn't think it was disrespectful. You did what you had to do. I'm not going to call you out the way Huda is calling you out. So it is what it is. And Huda and Jeremiah do have a conversation after this, and Jeremiah's face is, he just looks out of it. Like, he doesn't look engaged. And she says in her confessional, he just lets me talk. No, he just doesn't listen to you. He does not listen to you. That's basically what I'm getting from their relationship. And I don't know, man. It is what it is. So, and then we see Amaya also has a good connection with Ace. They have a chat. Ace is a ladies' man. He knows how to do the chat. He gives the compliments, all that kind of stuff. So Amaya, at the end of this episode, I thought Amaya was leaning to picking Jeremiah, but she could also have Ace as an option. Then we have Bella Dasha and her man Nick, and Nick pulls her for a chat. They go up to Soul Ties and they make out. It's very passionate, but Bella is really feeling herself. She's having this conversation with Olandria after, saying, oh my gosh, he likes me. I'm the one. He said it's 50-50 now. The fact that Nick said in that conversation that it was 80-20, but now it's 50-50, I have to respect a game player that is honest and tells you what it is straight up, because that was crazy. That was insane to me. And then we have in the same scene, they're flashing back, they're going back and forth between Olandria and Bella's conversation. Plus, we see Nicholas and Sierra. She's like, can we go to the photo booth again? And she's getting, anytime she wants to get something out of Nick, she gets a little sexual. And I don't know why she leads with that. Maybe that's what she's comfortable with, but I'm not going to be the one to explore that for her. So then they go to the photo booth and she literally does mount on him and they start making out. And I go, oh, okay. Then we get into episode 5, which was Sunday's episode. Starting off, we basically get them going to bed and everyone saying goodnight, and we wake up, all the boys are making breakfast. Oh, and I also forgot to mention Hannah and Charlie. They make out. Great. Irrelevant. So then the next morning, everyone's making breakfast for their girls. Nick makes breakfast for Bella and Sierra. Charlie makes his first breakfast of the season for Hannah. And we also have Olandria and Charlie. They get breakfast from Ace. He does from Amaya, and Ace makes for Amaya and Charlie. So yeah, that was the morning. Then we also see Charlie and Hannah kiss again, and we get a text from Charlie gets a text that tonight's gonna I don't know who gets the text, but they get a text that tonight's gonna be a recoupling and the person that doesn't get picked is going to go home. And you know what's so funny is that I don't know if this is episode 4 or 5, but Charlie, Huda and Ace have a conversation, and Ace is like, Huda, you know it's only day 4, right? And she said, Ace, you know that I don't care. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. She's crack energy that you just have to stand. But I do think she's sucking the life out of the villa. It's almost like all her energy is sucking the fun out of it. And we're not here seeing people like just move freely around the villa. It's like, you take your man, you know the wrath of Huda is gonna be there. So throughout the episode, the main contention here is who Ace is gonna pick and who Nick's gonna pick, because we know Olandria and Taylor are gonna be together. Huda and Jeremiah are gonna pick each other. Austin, he has good connections with Amaya and he has good connections with Charlie, because we see in the episode that Charlie basically was like, let me lock back in this game. Hi Austin, I know I'm feeling you a little bit. And Amaya also makes out with Austin when they're doing yoga in the morning. And then we know Nick has a choice between Sierra and Bella, and last that we heard of, it's 50-50. So we get to the recoupling. The first couple to go is Jeremiah and Huda. And this guy cannot even say the recoupling speech without laughing, because he's so full of ish. He knows that he's just cooking it up. And she's like, oh my gosh, he's nervous. Huda, please. And Huda talks too much because she's very insecure. She always has to like have an explanation for everything. Oh, he's so cute. Like, keep your mouth Look at this. Yeah, so she basically, they connect. Then we have Orlandria and Taylor, they couple up. Then next up we have Charlie and Hannah, they couple up. And then we get to Ace. We get to Ace. And Ace, I don't know. The reason why Ace is so pressed about Jeremiah is because he's also playing a game. And he can't stand to see that someone is trying to play a game just like he is. Jeremiah is doing a very bad job at it, but he's giving producer plans, okay? And basically he picks Amaya, confused, flabbergasted. Joa is on the floor. To be honest, I always said this. I said if he wanted to be with Chelly, he would have made that move. But I feel like he doesn't want. He's trying to play the field. He's trying to not be locked in. I think seeing how Huda and Jeremiah is moving, he doesn't want to even give any inclination that that's what he's trying to do because he doesn't want to be locked down and he wants to keep his options open. But that could end up getting you hurt. And to be honest, Chelly, either we bring in two fine bombshells or two fine female bombshells for her. I don't really see her person in that village, and I don't think it's Ace. Maybe he's trying to do the long run. He's trying to do the slow burn type of relationship. I do not know. But he picks Amaya. He has the whole audience flabbergasted, including my girl Chelly. I think Amaya was even shocked because she probably thought Austin would pick her because Ace would pick Chelly. Then we get Austin. Austin saves our baby girl Chelly. And then we have the moment of the episode. Nick has to decide between Bella and Sierra. And oh my, Bella Dasha. Bella Dasha, I'm so sorry, honey. What was on her lip? That was bothering me. How is she gonna go out looking like that? And he basically gives a speech. She's smiling, and then here we shared a moment. She in the photo booth, and you could just see her whole face turn. And he picks Sierra, and all the girls are upset. They're sad, except Bella, of course, except Sierra, of course. And she says her goodbye. They have a one last chat. She tells him, it's because of you I'm in this position. I'm glad she said that because it is because of him. It does hurt, but I hope next time you guys learn that changing yourself for a man is only going to get you so far. So if he wants you, he'll want you. If he doesn't want you, then it is what it is. So let's do our power ranking for our, should we do for couples or should we do for couples or should we do for contestants? I'm gonna do for contestants because I don't really like the couples as they are. I'm gonna be my top 3 boys and my top 3 girls. Starting with my top 3 girls. In the mother tier, we have Chelly and we have Orlandria. Orlandria is so funny and I really like her dynamic. She just says it how it is. She keeps it cute, keeps it light. She's very intelligent. So is Chelly. Chelly is so pretty, so gorgeous. She's a conversational socialist queen, like social queen. Like, I love her. Those are the 2 mothers. And then in 3rd place, to me, was Bella Dasher. That was my girl, okay? She was a little slow, but we're going to replace her. No, we're just giving top 2s because I don't really got a top 3. Sorry. So my top 2 is Chelly and Oleandra for the girls. For the guys, I'm an Ace stan. I love the mess. Like, I saw tomorrow's preview and he's still doing too much, but I don't like Jeremiah, so poke at it. Ace is my top boy, and I think I really like, it's between Taylor and Nick for me, and Nick is giving me more television drama, so I'm gonna go with my RN Nick. So yeah, that's it for today's episode 4 and 5, technically 6. But yeah, we'll be back tonight to cover the next episode of Love Island USA. And Love Island UK is starting. I don't know if I have the energy to do all 2 at the same time, but let's see how it goes. And thank you for rocking with me. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really means a lot. So please, bye.